Buongiorno guys, it's Kisati here again. I just thought I'd like to let you know that my intent of this short video series is just to gradually add new items and add new videos, not every week, just basically when I can afford to. I'm hoping, well, my aim is about every month to add a new video, so this series may take a while. My intent of building this kit is basically just for natural disasters. It's not for hypothetical or plausible events such as you could say epic national disasters or Armageddon, you know, sort of, if you wanted to say such things, like a doomsday scenario. Yeah, just try to build a kit that is extremely basic but extremely efficient. The intent of this kit in general is just to give everyone a good idea of the items they should be looking for when building a bug out bag or 72 hours-ish kit. The main kits I'm building are a 72 hour one and a 5-day one for natural disasters at the moment. You can build doomsday or, you know, more plausible event type bugger bags if you want. Yeah, but for now my main aim is to try to build at least a natural disaster kit. A lot of my videos incorporate items that are not big brand names. The reason was because I've had big brand name items fail on me in the bush. For example, I've had a Gator saw, which the blades, don't get me wrong, they're fantastic, but handles are crap. They're made of plastic and they break. I've had one actually. One time I've had my hatchet accidentally fell on my saw. And it fell on my saw, and then the plastic handle started to crack. I started to use it more, tried to duct tape it. About 3 days later into my camping trip, it failed. The whole thing broke off, and I had to replace it with a basic wooden one, which I duct taped it over. And that worked fine. So yeah, just when you guys are building these kits, or if you decide to take my advice, I mean, you don't have to. It's just to give everyone in New Zealand basically a fair idea of what prepping and how to build a basic kit from basically everyday items, is to not use big brand name items, but trying to generalize it for everyone. Some people are going to be obviously wary of more certain things, such as they're in an earthquake prone area, so they want to focus on earthquake rescue or mountaineering equipment to add, or should a volcano erupt, you might want to get some sort of what are they called? NBC, which is a nuclear biological chemical type protection from ash. Things like that. So just to tell you guys, you don't have to buy all these things at once. That's not the whole aim. Just whenever you can afford it. Just saving up a few dollars here and there every week to buy these items. And a lot of these items I'm trying to source from stores or types of stores that everybody in New Zealand is familiar with, such as emporiums, $2 stores or dollar stores, or the warehouse, things like that. I've had a lot of people talk about warehouse items in the camping world. I've had a few camping mates say that warehouse items are crap. Me personally, I've used, I think it was a warehouse hatchet and a warehouse brand tarp. I don't think it was warehouse brand, but it's made for the warehouse. They've worked for me pretty well. So yeah, not necessarily because it's cheap doesn't mean it's terrible quality. It just means it's more affordable and doesn't have excessive packaging or other additional items that you don't need. So yeah, this is the whole aim for this kit, and I hope to build it within 6 months. Just a basic kit. And then I'll show you guys the extra things I got that I believe is important to me. But basically I'm gonna my intent for my kit is if a natural disaster were to happen, I would be bugging out to in a bush area, because I'm surrounded by bush where I live. I've got a couple of ranges, a couple of hills nearby. I practice there whenever I can, every 2 months, just for a day hike or an overnight if I can, and if I'm able to. So yeah, my intent is to build this kit to try generalise it for everyone, to try and make it more affordable for everyone, and just basically show what prepping and bushcraft, how they're basically intertwined. A lot of the concepts are well, they're basically the same. So thank you for watching my videos, and I hope to see you next time. See you later. Hey guys, it's Kisati here. Just thought I'd let you show you guys some items I got. I thought about this for a long time, and I've been coming to a sudden realization that bushcraft skills and bushcraft items are actually closely related to bug out bag items. So I thought I'd closely get a short video series about bug out bags and bushcraft items that you use in bushcraft. They're very similar, not all of them are exactly the same. I would say on a rough guesstimate 85 to 90% of the items are the same or can be used for the same way for a bug out bag in the emergency situation for between 1 to 5 people max. Otherwise you're going to have to go into some more communal form of prepping. Now here are some of the items. Obviously I haven't located all of them, I'm still missing a few things, but basically this is what I got. So I got 2 types of hatchets. One's a hickory handle and one's a steel tubular handle. This one's fairly good. Now this one I found, hickory handle, it's got a 5-year guarantee, high carbon steel head. That one I found at the warehouse for $20. That's the regular price. Another one comes with a plastic sheath. None of the hatchets are sharpened, they're totally crap in that regard, but I have a file that I have to use to give them a good edge to maintain them. This one is a Just brand. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it in the video, but it's a Just brand. That one costs $10, and that's the regular price. Here are some items I got for my bug out bag, and I'm also building a bushcraft kit to practice my prepping skills while going bushcrafting with mates. That's mine. You could say a disguise for it, really. It's really prepping, but I'm going bushcrafting with a few friends possibly next year, or maybe towards the end of next year. Sometime next year though. Okay, on this side, excluding these half, these were all $12, the whole lot. So I got some hand sanitizer. Sorry about the shadow. Here we go. Hand sanitizer. Now that can be used for treating wounds in that. It can be used as a fire starter, as it's basically 65% alcohol, so it'll quickly light on fire. And if you add water into it, it's exactly like a Greek fire. It will just continue burning. I've tried it several times, it just keeps burning. Got a $1 lighter. It is electronic. I have used electronic lighters in the bush when it's wet, or out while training with my preps. In the wet, it still lights. You just require some type of cover, a hand cover. This is a super budget first aid kit. That costs $2. It's just basically plasters and I think it's 8 alcohol wipes. So it's super basic. There's nothing fancy here. This is just all super cheap $2 store items. Yellow rope, this one. That's 25 foot of PE polythene rope. It's great to have cordage all the time. and practicing the skills. See, this costs $2. If you watch a couple instructional videos on YouTube or read a couple books, just keep practicing knots. Practice, practice, practice. Even though at least 5-10 minutes a day, if you can spare it. A lot of people do have busy lives, like me. I have jobs, I have hobbies and whatnot. I practice it once a week, trying at least 1 knot a week. The white rope is cotton cordage. That's pure cotton cordage. Now this stuff is handy, really handy. Soak it in wax, becomes a fire starter. The burn time is roughly about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the length of the wick. But it can also be used as normal cordage. Electrical insulation tape is the budget version of duct tape. That's $2, but that can be used for first aid as well. We got some bungees. The bungees are just basically used to wrap around your pack and to keep everything nice and tight, or can be used as improvised pulley system or toggle system to keep your tarp down for your cover should you go through a tarp version of shelter, which I recommend for a bug out bag. It would be a tarp. And finally, the top bit, that's just a stainless steel bowl. $2. But if you hear that, it's stainless steel. Basically what I want to do with that, and I'm planning to buy a stainless steel water bottle. I haven't seen anything that great. I've seen a lot of cheap ones between $4 to $10, but they're being very thin wall. I'm looking for a slightly thicker wall, and my plan is to coat the bottom of this bowl to use as a pan, which also can be used to gather water and disinfect the water. I won't say purify, I say disinfect because you're cooking it off. Purifying, from my interpretation, would be adding some sort of chemical or filtration process, would be purifying it. I would say disinfecting because you're boiling the water, so you're boiling out the pathogens. That is the #1 easiest way to disinfect your water if you're collecting it from different sources such as streams and that. Filter it through a couple bandanas or muslin cloths, anything portable you got in your pack, and get all the sediment out, and then boil it up for at least a rapid boil, about between 1 to 3 minutes depending on the surface size. This pot should take about 3 minutes, and all I'm going to do is paint this all under here black with high temperature paint. Now, high temperature paint in New Zealand is actually very expensive. Some of the things I've found in New Zealand, zoom out, in New Zealand are very expensive, as we don't have, you know, if you're aware of the news, we don't really have great economic trades with China, who produce pretty much a lot of the stuff in the world. Hopefully we will have better trade deals with China soon, so we get a lot more things cheaper, like America. America, they got a lot of stuff cheap, like, say that steel tubular axe. You could probably pick that one up in America for $5. You could pick up this hickory handle hatchet for about 12 to 15 bucks. But $10 for the hatchet and $20 for the hickory handle hatchet, it's not too bad, coming to terms with our dollar. Later on in my video series, I hope to add some more items that I've acquired or I'm about to acquire, such as lock nose, needle nose pliers, a couple files and things like that. And yeah, just to give you guys a basic impression of discount bushcraft items that are used for bushcraft, can also be used for prepping for 1 to 5 people. So if you stay with me through this video series, I'll hopefully show you some new items and where to get them from. So the lot on the left, that's all from $2 stores, just any regular $2 stores. If you cannot find them in your town, go to emporiums. There's a lot of emporiums around. If not, go to a second-hand store or Salvation Army. You'll surely find these. But most major civilized places in New Zealand do have at least a $2 store. These other two items, the hatchets, you'll have to find a warehouse or some sort. They're the cheapest and best quality hatchets I've found. I've looked on Trade Me, and there is a lot of top quality brands, don't get me wrong, but they're all very expensive, and this is all about being very cheap, very efficient, but still good quality for your bang. So hope to see you guys soon, and this is Kasati out.